Hi there and welcome to The Catalyst. This is episode 00, the prelude to our show. Now my name is Gio and with me is my brother. He is also my colleague and as you can see, my training partner. PJ, welcome.
Thank you. I don't know if everyone will believe the training partner part, but I'm in the bulking phase. And today we are here at Castello de Monte guest house overlooking Pretoria. And it's not hot in the suits at all.
Not at all. So what the show is going to be about, myself and PJ are going to travel the country conducting interviews with successful and interesting people. People from different industries. I mean, finance, people, businessmen, people in the fitness and health industry, maybe chefs, athletes, you know, people from different industries that took what they like doing, they took their passion, and they're now actually making a profit out of it. So a little bit more about myself. After matric, I searched the newspapers and I saw that internal auditing was quite an up-and-coming occupation. And that's when I decided I'm going to study BCom internal auditing. After my degree, I went and studied my honors. And during my honors, I realized that this is definitely not what I want to do with my life. Internal auditing is all about finding problems. I want to find solutions and bring solutions to people. So I joined the sales, corporate sales in finance in Sandton, and I worked there. And after 3 very successful years, the corporate space was also not a place where I wanted to be in. I didn't feel creative. There was a lot of barriers, a lot of red tape, and that's when I joined the small business, and where actually PJ was working for 2 years already.
My story is quite similar. I didn't know what I wanted to study, so I did the obvious choice and go and study accounting, also more in finance, and my parents told me it would be a great opportunity. I studied a few more years than I initially wanted to, but then I started with my articles as an external auditor, but don't worry, this is not a program about auditing. And there I had exposure to different smaller clients and bigger clients, and I realized I enjoyed the smaller clients more. And after my articles, I had the opportunity to join a small business, and that's where we are today.
Yes, that's where we are today. And the show is a little bit more fun than your average show. So we're going to ask our guests, what's their favorite drink of choice, just to get another angle. And hopefully most of them say wine, because we do like wine. And that is what I've got here today. So myself, I like red wine more. This is a 2013 Hartenberg Shiraz. Obviously, the older the wine, the better. So if you can get a 10-year-old Shiraz from Hartenberg, keep it and drink it alone, because it will be so nice and soft. PJ, what do you have for us there?
I'm more a white wine drinker, so I've got a Lime Saint-Neil from the Wetshof Chardonnay, and especially on hot days like this in Gauteng and in Pretoria, that's what I enjoy more. It's a drink of choice.
Perfect. Well, I'll cheers to that.
Cheers.
So we got the idea for The Catalyst. It was about a couple of months ago. We had a very successful meeting with a wealthy client, and the knowledge he shared with me was invaluable. And that night when I went home, I wished that my brother, other friends and other colleagues could have been there and just shared in the knowledge. So the next day I approached PJ and said, how can we take these meetings that we're already having with successful, interesting people, and how can we share the knowledge with other people, with the public out there? And I approached you, and you already had similar thoughts.
Yes, especially so we are a small business, and in a small business you feel alone. There's no one supporting you, a big structure, an HR manager, and also working with other small business people. You understand, everyone feels that way. So how can we share a platform where everyone can learn from each other, and where we can learn more from interesting and successful people as well? And you came with the idea, better with social media than I am, and that's what we are doing now.
Because it's a nice and interactive platform, and that's where we want you to be interactive with us. Post questions, guests, if you have guests you want us to interview, please comment below or on our Facebook page. Our tagline for the show, our slogan for the show is where passion plus practice equals profit. And we're just going to illustrate it by way of an experiment, because science, everybody loves science, and it's a nice and interesting way to show. So let's show you that. So kids, you could actually try this at home. We will put all the ingredients on our Facebook page. But please don't use your mother's expensive flower vase or your father's decanter like we did here. All right, so first you add your passion. I believe everybody's born with a passion. If you're lucky enough, you realize it early in life. most of us only realize it a little bit later in life, and unfortunately, some of us never really find what we're passionate about. And although passion is a very strong word, just think back to your childhood days. There was always a certain subject or field you were more comfortable, you were more interested in, you wanted to learn. Whether it's like was cooking or baking in the kitchen, or just spending times in the outdoors working with animals. Always that health and fitness freak, basically, or the typical engineer taking things apart and rebuilding them. So that is, find your passion first. But PJ, passion is not enough.
No, definitely not. That's where practice comes in. And there's two types of practice. First of all, the practice, we all know, the more you practice, the luckier you get.
Yes.
Perfect practice makes perfect, and that's very important. If you want to be in the best in your field, or want to really profit in your industry, you need to practice and need to be the best there is.
Yeah.
But that's only one part. Then there's practice. I'm very passionate about golf, but is it practical for me to be a professional golf player?
Probably not.
Probably not. So how do I take my passion and put it into practice that I can make a profit? So that's also very important. That's what we're also going to talk to you about with the people. How did they take the idea or their passion and make it a profit out of it? And then, as you see, you'll have a nice business.
I think
that
you
will
can
come
add a
around.
little bit more practice. You
More
can
than-
never practice enough. But PJ, this is not what the show is about. You'll have a very colorful career, but the show is a bit more than that. We want to interview people to find out what was their catalyst. What was that? Maybe it's a specific person you should approach in your business, or that should go with you on the venture. Maybe it's a specific idea. Maybe it's just a mind shift, a paradigm shift you have to make in your business, and that makes you see other opportunities.
Yeah, and sometimes it's just to overcome a fear. All of us have a fear of failure, fear of doing a video in your second language, a fear mostly of failure, and it's mostly embarrassment. What will other people think? And most of all, the catalyst sometimes just doing something. So that's what we are here. We are going to do the experiment and doing the videos, and that's 80% of the part.
And once you find that catalyst, that specific thing, the possibilities are endless. And that is what will happen to your business. PJ, that's profit coming out of there.
That's a lot of profit.
That's a lot of profit, and that is what we want to help you.
Looking forward to seeing you in the new year, where we will have our first guest.
Yeah, so keep on writing those to-do lists, the New Year's resolutions, and enjoy your holidays.
Yeah, and hopefully if we see you again, we are not 10 kilograms heavier.
I'll cheers to that. Not a good start though. Enjoy. Cheers.